Scientists have for the first time discovered a cave on the moon, at least 100 meters deep. It could be an ideal place for humans to build a permanent base. This is what scientists argue. Researchers have found evidence for a substantial underground cave on the moon that is accessible from the surface, making the spot a prime location to build a future lunar base. The cave actually appears to be reachable from an open pit in the Sea of Tranquility, the ancient lava plain where the Apollo 11 astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin first set foot on the moon more than half a century ago. But analysis of radar data collected by NASA's lunar orbiter, the LRO, that revealed that this pit, the deepest known pit on the moon, leads to a cave 45 meters wide and up to 80 meters long, an area that's equivalent to 14 tennis courts. Lorenzo and Leonardo join us on the NDTV network now. They are from the University of Trento. Lorenzo is a professor and head of the Remote Sensing Laboratory. Leonardo is a teaching fellow at the Department of Information Engineering and Computer Science. Thank you so much for joining us on the NDTV network. Well, this is a breakthrough discovery. It seems to confirm decades of speculation about caves that might run under the lunar surface. But talk to us about the process behind the discovery and how long it took you.
Okay, let's say that what we have done is to reprocess some radar images that have been acquired by a mission of NASA in 2010. We have developed a technique in our laboratory that is recent and that allows us, elaborating this data, to identify some reflection, some signals that point out the presence on the bottom of a pit, which is in the Sea of Tranquility, of a cave. So this was possible thanks to the development of novel data processing technology. And what happened is that analyzing this echo that we have in the data, we were able to reconstruct a geological modeling of the entrance of a conduit, which is connected with this pit that we have on the moon. What is interesting is that we detected the cave, the initial part of the cave, and we have also evidence that it is possible to have access from the surface into the cave, which is very important for the next steps of exploration. Well, this was a long path. We started analyzing, let's say, the cave on our planet, on the Earth, and we use similar data acquired by Earth observation satellites, and we try to detect and to analyze the parameters of lava tubes and the cave that we have on the surface of our planet. Then, on the basis of these developments, we could, let's say, exploit these techniques for the study on the moon.
Right. Leonardo, this marks the first time that researchers have confirmed an accessible cave, likely a tube left by flowing lava under the moon's surface. Could you describe the cave and what makes it an ideal base for astronauts? Why is it a prime location to build a future lunar base?
So first, it's important to state that actually more than 200 pits have been discovered on the moon, but we provide the first evidence of a cave departing from a lunar pit. Okay? In terms of habitability, well, the interior of the moon and the subsurface and the interior of the cave is currently unknown. And so it would be interesting to explore these caves. What we know now and what we estimated is that this cave, it's about at 150-meter depth in the lunar surface, and it's about 45 meters wide and about between 30 and 80 meters long. But it could be longer than that because with our radar technique, we can only see part of it, maybe extend further in the subsurface. So this is what we know now, and for sure, we need more investigations, like sending, for instance, robotic missions to understand the full interior of it and how it really looks like. It's a new discovery, and of course, some parts of it are unknown, such as how the caves really looks like in the interior. Well, there are studies that shows that having a lunar base within a cave compared to the surface have several advantages, such as protection from micrometeorite impacts and protection for the radiations, because over the lunar surface there are like harmful radiations for the human body. Moreover, there are theoretical studies showing that it should provide a stable temperature, which is in contrast with what we experience on the surface of the moon, where we have really large variation of surface temperature. Another important point is the resource availability, because there are studies that hypothesize that within these caves, there are resources such as water ice that could be very helpful in terms of lunar exploration and, of course, habitability, because astronauts could use it.
Well, space agencies hope that the caves and potential networks of them could be used to build safe habitats for lunar explorers. But how is this discovery likely to impact the future of space travel?
Well, let's say that this discovery is very important for exploring the subsurface of the moon. This is something that we did not do yet, also because we did not have any evidence of where, focusing, for example, a robotic mission for the exploration. Now, for the first time, we have the evidence that at the bottom of this pit that we have analyzed, there is an opening and we have a conduit, a cave. So we can start from there with a robotic mission, a rover, to enter into this cave and explore that and discover what we have in the subsurface. So let's say that we are adding another element to the exploration of the moon, the study of the subsurface on which we don't know anything, and that can become very relevant, both for basis, but also for the scientific return that we can get from this.
Well, Lorenzo and Leonardo, thank you so much for making time for us and joining us on the NDTV network. Congratulations on this breakthrough discovery.